Here's I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. It's going to start off with this very recognizable intro that's almost all chords. It's going to go C, or you can use C add 9, C, C, D, C, C, D, C, C, D. And then when I get on the D, I'm going to use my pinky right here on the third string to go back and forth. It's taking the place of my first finger here. And I'm only hitting with my right hand 4, 3, and 2. And I'm going. So it's 1. So here's the intro. It goes C or C add 9, depending on where you're at. So I'm going. So right there I'm going. Okay. That's the intro. Then it starts off going G, D, E minor, and then there's a B7 chord. I love this chord. I call it the Johnny Cash chord because it's that's for another time though, but this is the Johnny Cash chord. A couple of different ways to do it. What I would say for at this point, I tell, since there's no A in the song, I normally just say you move A up, but it's a little bit different. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our second finger, put it here. We're going to take our third finger. So this is on the 5th string, second to the biggest. This is on the 3rd string. This first finger goes right in between them on the 1st fret. That's the only note that'll be not on the 2nd fret. So this is 5, 2, 3, 2. 4th string is right in the middle of them on the 1st fret, and then your pinky is right there. That is your B7 chord. Okay? So when we play this, we do not play the top string. It starts from the 5th. Okay? So we're going to do G, D, E minor, B7. Okay? So how we're going to do this, we're going to work together. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, D, 1, 2, E minor. Now, from our first chord, from our E minor to our B7, we don't have to move the second finger. It's already there. Imagine that. So we can just drop this finger down and put these 2 fingers down there. Okay? So what I will probably have you do in class is practice going E minor, right? And then going to B7. So the first thing you do on B7, drop this down, put this on the 1st fret in between them, in here. Okay, do that a couple of times. Pause the video if you need to pause. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to practice going B7, going to B7, E minor, going back to E minor, B7, going back to B7, E minor, going back to E minor, okay? B7, going to B7, E minor, going to E minor. Now let's speed it up a little bit, starting on E minor. B7, to E minor, to B7, to E minor, to B7, to E minor, to B7, to E minor. Okay, so now you're ready. So we're going to go G, D, E minor, B7. So this song goes, oh yeah, I know that song. So that's the verse. So we're going to do that first together. So it's 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Let's all do that together. Starting G, D, E minor, B7. So it's ready, go. To the D chord, to E minor, to B7, back to G, D chord, E minor, B7, back to G. During the verse, it only does that twice, but we're going to practice it several times so that we get used to doing it. This is the first step. If you can do this, you can play along with the song. 4 beats each. If you get lost, grab your G and get ready to start again. D chord, E minor, B7, back to G. D chord, E minor, B7, back to G. Last time. D chord, E minor, B7, back to. Okay, so that's your first step, and that may take you a little bit to get to. But if you can do that along with me there, you're ready to start adding some right hand. I'm going to change my camera position so that you can see my right hand. I'm going to do the same chords, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play on the G. I'm going to play the top string only for my first beat. And then I'm going to play ta, and then I'm going to do a TT, and then another up. So it's going to go top string by itself, TT, and when I'm hitting here, it doesn't really matter the number of strings as long as I get several strings. So hopefully not this. That doesn't sound really good, but it doesn't have to be. It's not that precise of a thing. So as long as you're getting more than one string, more than 2 strings, you're doing good. So you're going to go bass, TT, up. So you're going to do an extra up at the end like this. Notice that I didn't do 2 down ups. It's going to go oompa, up. So that's what I call it, oompa, oompa, which means it's a short note and a long note on the up. Oompa, up. So it's bass, oompa, up on every chord. So it's going to go bass, oompa, up, bass, oompa, up, bass, oompa, up, bass, and then when it gets to the second B7, you can just do TTs. But you got to count so that you know when to stop. That's the hard part about just doing straight TTs. You're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so let's do that again. Let me talk about the bass notes on each one. So G, the bass note is going to go here. D, the bass note is actually on the 4th string. So you've got to make sure that you don't. If you do that on D, it's not going to sound very good. So you want to go 6th string bass on G, 4th string bass on D, back to 6th string again on E minor, and then B7 is actually going to be a 5th string. So it's going to go 6, D is 4, E minor is 6, B7 is 5. Let's just do the bass notes together. G is 6, go. D is 4, E minor 6, B7 5. G again 6, D is 4, E minor 6, B is 5. Of course, when I say B, I mean B7, so please don't let that confuse you, but to talk in rhythm, sometimes you got to leave out a little bit. So, using those bass notes, you're going to go bass, oompa, and it's very important that your oompa goes down, up, and then that extra is on the up, so it's bass, oompa, bass. Okay, that is the first part. So let me review the intro again. So I'm going to go back to my left hand. The intro, remember, is C, C, D, C, C, D. Okay, so here is the intro again. Now, if you can't do that right off the bat, because all of us are in different places, you can, of course, just do this, and it'll be okay. But my goal for you is eventually to be able to use your pinky to do this. So here's the intro again. That's how the whole thing, intro and first verse, sound. There is a chorus where it goes, I want to hold your hand. And now we're back into G, D. I'm sorry, it's going to go C or C add 9, of course. Anytime I say C, at this point in the game, you can use the C add 9. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. So let's talk about that really quickly. Not having any different strum patterns right there. We're just going to, right now, use big strums, and we're going C, 2, this is going to be kind of a quick thing. So we go into C, D, G, E minor. So in order to get us in shape to where we can do that, I want to go 4 beats each right now, and we're going to work our way up. So it's going to go to the D chord, to the G chord, to E minor. Do it again, same spot. 1, 2, ready, and to the D chord, to the G chord, to E minor. Okay. Notice that I'm using 1 and 2 on E minor. Earlier I was doing this. I kind of switch up depending what, it's perfectly okay if it's easier for you to do it that way. But now what we're going to do is do 2 beats each. So it's going to go D, G, E minor. That's quick. So you may have to go back and do it several times with me on the 4 beats. Let's do 4 beats again really quick for a couple of times so that you have something to practice with if that's hard. To the D chord, to the G chord, to E minor. Do it again. To the D chord, to the G chord, to E minor. D, G, E. So if you need extra time on that, that's why we're putting it on a video. Stop it, rewind, do it several times over. Okay? Now, once you get to where you can do that, you're ready for 2s. So it's going to go D, G, E minor. Try that with me. 1, 2, 2 times. D, G, E minor, C, D, E minor. We're just doing this in a circle. If you get lost, get on C and start again with this. That's how fast you have to play this to be able to do that. Now, in the actual song, though, it only does that once. And the second time, it does a long G. So the second time, it goes 2, 2, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 2. So let me play the chorus. It goes, I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your 2, 3, 4. Okay? So again, C, D, G, E minor. Repeat, long G. C, D, G, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That is the basic way of playing the chorus. To put the strum patterns in, on the D, you're going to go T, 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 ta, ta. So it's going to go. So let me do that again. T, 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 T on C, ta, ta on D. Do it again. Ready, and now on G, you're going to do ta, ta. On E minor, you're going to do T, 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 T. So it goes. And on those TTs, I'm going down, up, down, up. So it's down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Try that with me. So it's T, 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 ta, 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 T, 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 right? T, 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 ta, 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 okay? So let's take that half by itself. It's going to go. Do it again. Let's do it 4 times in a row to give you a practice thing that you can keep rewinding as long as you need to work on this. Give you some. Now the second time, it's ta, 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 and then that long G is just all TTs. 1 and 2 and 3. So the second half goes. So putting it together, you've got T, 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 ta, 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 ta. Are up and down, tas are always down at this point. So it's okay. I'm going to play it 4 times in a row so that you have something to practice with. 1, 2, ready, go. 1. I got a little happy with my TTs there in the middle. I wanted to do a repeat of the first time. So just remember the first time it goes T, 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 ta, 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 T, 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 ta, 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 T, T. Okay, so there's a bridge also, but I'm not going to teach that today. I think that that's probably plenty for you to work on. If you can get through that, the rest is a cinch. But after the course, it goes back to the verse again. So let me just do a recap of the whole thing. Here's the intro, verse, chorus, and then verse again. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do another chorus too. So it's going to go intro, verse, chorus, starting with the ba-da-na. Here we go. that point, the bridge will come in. That'll give you something to kind of work on. That's our goal, to get to there. It may take you an hour. It may take you 2 hours. It may take you 2 days. That's okay. Just keep going through the video until you can get there. And then I will do another video on the bridge later, and we will be able to put this together. Thank you very much. Work hard.